think they're gonna come? It'll be nice. Let's see if they're gonna come and be nice. Who's coming first? Willie. One of you. That's right. She needs to jump up. Alright, she really hates having her udder touched in general, so we're going to have to be fast about this. Easy girl. Easy. Willow. Whoa. As much as the goats do not appreciate being trimmed, especially if they're first timers and they're not really loving having their udder touched, it can look like, oh my goodness, I'm being so mean. Number one, I also think that these cheap clippers are vibrating too badly and they're too noisy and they're uncomfortable for them. I did just restrain her front foot just to try to get her udder trimmed up properly. Did the best that I could. The biggest reason why I want to have the udders clipped beforehand is because it keeps things a lot cleaner when they're kidding and giving birth and all of the fluids and everything, as well as it shows me when they are maybe within that 24 to 48 hours of giving birth, because their udder typically pops. And when they're not so hairy, it's a lot easier to see those changes happen. She really hated that. But it's done. Now we can keep an eye on things a little bit better. This morning we had some lovely fluffy snow. I will attach the link to that video here. And now it's kind of this weird sleety snow almost. So the horses are a little bit wet now instead of snow covered, but it's nice and warm. It's like maybe 0 or +2 or something like that degrees Celsius. I have been locking Breeze in on this side, feeding her grain and some extra hay. This is what she didn't eat, the remainders of what she had. And then I just kicked Jezzy out. I opened up this gate over there, and then the rest of the horses will come in, have a drink of water, and I'll leave this open for the rest of the day. They'll clean up the rest of the hay, and then they'll get their supper later on tonight. So the weaners get to be on their own for a little bit. But I figured Jezzy might appreciate some of the exercise. Body condition, she's doing really well. And she's eaten all she can possibly eat. So she's going to be happy to go out and explore and stretch her legs a little bit. And honestly, I would kick the weaners out as well. But Breeze is out here, the paint mare. And so she will nurse them. And we don't want that. So that's kind of the deal there. Are you saying hi? Aw, you're our skittish one. One of the skittish ones, right? What is with us and having horses that need some extra love and TLC, huh? We know how to pick the ones that need more love. Right? That same goes for you, Charlie. Same goes for you, mister. Are you going to actually come and say hi? Debatable. Breeze is not too interested in going for a run. Neither is Jezzy. But as you can see, body condition wise, Jezzy's looking super good. So good. There's the rest of them. Our Miss Raven girl. And Miss Grace. Grace, I've noticed actually she's kind of sloped off a little bit around her tail head. So she is also an appendix mare, so she's thoroughbred quarter horse, which can make it look a little bit deceiving because they don't have that quarter horse butt. But I think that she needs a little bit extra too. I might start giving her some senior ration as well, just to help with that overall body condition score. But she feels okay. I mean, you may see their ribs a little bit as they move, but just the way she's built, she kind of always looks a little bit, I don't know, strange. We love you, Grace, but you're a little bit of a strange one. You are. She's nice and young. She's only 13 or 15, I think. Yeah, as far as ages go, I mean, I guess Breeze is 20 this year. Jezzy, the vet figured she's about 11, give or take. Duke, I think, is turning 12-ish. They didn't really know exactly his age, but he's around there. Raven is 22 or 23 this year. Dottie on the other side will be 5 this year. Charlie's around 5 or 6. And then, of course, the Weaners will be 1 in 2025. What's happening? This is why walking is so important. She's kind of kicking at her belly. Don't be colicking from your extra food. Okay? It's not allowed. No colicking, please. So the Weaners are feeling pretty frisky. So I'm gonna kick them out for a little bit. I've locked Breeze in on this side. Whee! They can go rip around on this beautiful day. Go check out all the sights, exercise those growing muscles, and then I'll put them back in later. It's also good for them to interact with the herd as well. I am going to close this though. Otherwise the rest of the horses will think that they can just have a free-for-all for food. And I did not want Jitterbug and Breeze together because Jitterbug likes to nurse, even though she's been weaned for 4 months. Nora, you leave it. You don't chase the horses. Ladybug's not too interested in running around, but Jitterbug's ready to explore. Nora, bad dog. Meanwhile, Ladybug is just chilling here. No, no. Hey, girlie? The grass is greener on the other side, huh? I've been casually trying to work with Dottie a little bit on some of these warm days, and really it kind of looks a little bit like this. Just jump on, sit on her back a little bit, see if she remembers any of the cues that I give her, just to keep her accustomed to somebody being on her back and ridden around. I did have some issues with her over the summer wanting to buck, mostly between a trot and a lope. And the biggest thing I think is the issue with that is something to do with pain. So it probably is because the saddle is not fitting properly, hence why I'm riding her bareback. And I just don't have a whole variety of saddles with different size gullets. So that's the portion where it sits over their withers. She's got a fairly steep shoulder and a short back. And so she kind of needs a specific saddle pad that fits her properly. So I've just been doing some basic work with her with just a halter and bareback. There's only so much you can do, but I think it's good for her and it's also good for me as well. They can feel you and your energy, and you can feel them and their energy as well. Doing a little bit of leading work, and she's leading like an absolute dream. Aren't you, sweet girl? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Loose line. She's just tagging along. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. That's about it for practice for these little guys right now. But I will say that I'm glad that I halter trained her when she was young instead of this size. I've been watching some other people who are just now halter training their weaners. I'm like, no, I'm glad that we did it early. They're so much quieter, so well handled, but not over handled. They've been given space to be able to just be a horse, to have fun, be a baby, but yet to learn all the respect. You're going to be a good one, aren't ya? I'm just hanging out on Duke while he eats. I don't even have the lead rope tied all the way around. So he's our one that is going to be like number one for training this coming summer, but I figured on the warm days I can start doing some more work with him. Same with Jezzy, will be the other trainee this summer. And then Breeze just needs some refreshing, I think, so that shouldn't be too big of an issue, just time spent. Kids are a little bit on the fussy side. He's doing good though, just chilling, hanging out. It's part of getting to know how it feels to have me on his back. It's not his first time being sat on, but I figured, you know what, it's been a while, so we can just make it easy. He gets to enjoy his snacks. I'm just gonna sit and talk, pet him, say good boy, no pressure, and then I'll get off. That'll be it for today. Super chill, super easy. I get my horse fix, and he gets a little bit of love and training too. It's turning out to be a beautiful day, so I'm happy about that. The sunshine is gorgeous. Nice blue skies. It's been a while. We've had a very, very cloudy winter, so anytime the sun is out, I just feel like it's medication for my soul. The moment of truth. I just got an email saying pregnancy test results for Daisy and Robin. I'm pretty certain that Robin's pregnant. I don't really have many doubts with that. But Daisy, I'm really thinking she's not pregnant. just because of how small she is, just because of how thin she is, but there still might be a chance. So I'm going to look and see what the test results say. What do you think? Is Daisy going to be pregnant?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're about to look. Okay. Robin says pregnant. I will show you. And Daisy, unfortunately, is inconclusive and says to recheck. So that may be, she may be pregnant, but she may also have levels that are too low to detect. So her numbers are 0.137 and Robin's are 0.558. The recheck is between 0.136 to 0.209. 0.209. So she's right in that recheck amount. Her amounts would have to be higher than what they are right now. So likely she's not pregnant, but we will resubmit that and hopefully she's actually pregnant. I mean, if she's not, then she has more time to grow. What that means is that the buck that she was bred to, so he passed away. I don't own him. I purchased her exposed or bred. And what that means is that buck's lineage is over. No more babies from him. Denny, my 2024 buckling, is out of that same sire. So I could breed Daisy to him this fall and I would still get similar genetics, but it's obviously not the same buck. And so we'll just send off a new blood sample for that. Unfortunately, Canada Post did not get them to the lab in time for them to check for CAE and Johnes. So I have to pull blood samples again first thing Monday morning or even Sunday evening and recheck. Resend that out because they only do the CAE and Johnes testing on the Thursday and it didn't get there until today, which is Friday at like noon. And so it's not their day for CAE and Johnes, but they did check for pregnancy. So this is kind of interesting, inconclusive results, but Robin is pregnant, so we can expect babies from her. And with Daisy, I mean, maybe she's carrying a single, maybe she's, I don't know, something hormonally going on there. And we will check. I'll send this off to the mentor breeder that I have and see what she thinks. But that's about it. Robin's pregnant and Daisy is, we don't know. Probably not, but we'll send a new sample next week. The last jar of goat milk from the local health food store. It's 1 liter. It'll do us for a few days. I'm so excited for when we're back in milk and I don't have to keep trying to track down goat milk for my family. Is that good mineral, Reba? Yummy. Oh, Bambi. We're pretty wide, honey. We're just hanging out. Miss Rose here is being quirky, as per usual. Isn't that right? I wasn't giving you scratches, and so you started rubbing your face on me. She's funny. She loves to chew on zippers. Rub her face on you. Oh, she's gonna try to chew on my zipper again. Rose. Oh, just head rubs. We have a scratching post for that. We do. You're so cute.
Hey girl, it's a Smithy.
Some of you may have noticed that I've been a bit quiet on YouTube here lately, and that's because I needed to take some time for myself before an incredibly busy season with kidding And ultimately, my health has to come first, the health of myself and the health of my family. And so I've been trying to just take some extra time to just enjoy chores and enjoy the horses, enjoy the goats. I've just been really just chilling with them. And to me, that's maybe not overly interesting for you guys to watch all the time either. And sometimes I will not lie, it's nice to be able to just set the phone down or set the camera down and not be worrying about recording every single moment and just to be able to treasure those moments for myself. I love to share this life with you, but it is definitely a lot of extra time on my plate that I need to spend editing, putting videos together. And again, while I enjoy doing that and I enjoy sharing realistic life with you, I also have to be realistic in how I balance everything. I don't want to be up late and up till midnight every night editing videos together, but I do try my best to show you guys what's going on the farm. Stan has been busy working away on the kidding barn remodel, and he's done a fantastic job with it. And I honestly cannot wait until I get to put it to use. I'm sure there's going to be some things that I realize, oh, that doesn't work very well. But thankfully, things are movable in the barn. But I honestly think that it's going to be so good come kidding time. So, as a reminder, the first due date is January 21st. And there is a possibility that some of them could kid early. I'm hoping for them to make it until their due dates, but honestly, you just never know. So we've got a nice pre-freshening first freshener udder happening. It's a little bit of a lopsided clipping. Easy, girl. But this way, I can tell when that udder pops. She's due the 25th of January. Ligament's still nice and stiff. We'll kick her out before she gets too angry. As far as kidding season goes, my plan and my hope is to be able to record as much as possible when the goats are going into labor, even their birth. I don't know exactly what all YouTube is okay with. I've seen other channels have issues with what YouTube does and does not allow, and so I want to make sure that I'm able to present good quality content with birth videos, but I also want to be sensitive to maybe some of the regulations that might hinder even just able to be monetized. And so I'm not sure if maybe videos, I don't even know, posted through somewhere else, I guess. Maybe if I post kind of the highlights on YouTube and then for memberships do the full videos. I'm not entirely sure because I want to be able to update you guys, but I also know that a lot of you guys aren't here for all of the goat content, and you mostly enjoy the horses, but the goats are a huge part of my life and they're about to be the main part of my life, and so there's going to be a ton of goat content here. I do hope to educate, so if you're dropping questions in the comments, I will try to address them either through a response back to your comment or even making videos if those questions continue to come up. And so, yeah, that's kind of about the gist of where things are headed with farm life. It's going to be a lot of focused on healthy mamas and healthy babies and getting everybody prepped and geared up for a very, very busy season. Now Rose is all done. Lots and lots of hair from you, right? It's because we've got some really fancy clippers now that work really good. Yeah. You sweet. Okay, so Miss Daisy is going to get a copper bolus. This is a 4-gram copper bolus. This is a goat bolus gun. It is metal, and don't eat that. This just goes in here, and then when you plunge it, it falls out. There you go. What you're just gonna do, it's cold, I know. Make sure that they don't spit it out. Good. She swallowed it. That's it. That's it. And then that copper is going to slow release in her system, giving her the copper that she needs. There you go. Ready? Good girl. Off you Danny. Mr. Grant, move out of the way, bud. Go. Go. Alright, dude. Good boy. Good boy. Alright, Grant's turn. Grant's turn. Ugh. You're a little bit bigger. A little bit stronger. Oh! Swallow it. Good boy. All done. Proper. You don't need one, I don't think. You're looking good.
Leave my hair.
Pretty fancy lights. And you know, if we have more does that are kidding, we can put them in the overflow, right? So technically there's like
What overflow?
this.
Oh, technically, yeah. Yeah, if you
Get in a bind.
bind.